Sounds good. Derek Santi.
Nice.
All right.
Dude.
So first and foremost, I want to thank you all for coming here today. Not in armor, unfortunately, but it's still nice to see you all. So I think first I want to ask, can you tell us about your characters and why are they your toy spirit animals?
Question. Good question.
That's a good question.
Adam,
You go first this time.
Me? Oh, yeah, Adam.
Okay, so I play Ruben the Rogue, and I think Ruben's, everyone's got a little bit of Ruben inside of them, and that's literally probably like this guy is living life on the edge. He's a party starter, but he's also looking to Irish goodbye if things get too weird or he causes things to get too weird. I relate to Ruben because he's constantly looking for ways to get ahead and make friends. But I think that he's the cartoon version of me where he's gonna say his own name when he climaxes and things like that, and I don't do that.
Oh my God.
Not the full name, just the first one, or all together. So
just the middle name. Just great follow-up, Katie Couric. Yeah, just the middle name.
Yeah, just talk about yourself in the third person while doing it, I think, is the way to win.
For sure.
Let's go to Tara.
Well, I play a lot of characters, which is what's really fun about this show. We all get to kind of throw our hats in the ring in many different areas. But my main character is Coral, and she was a rebellious, terrible child and teenager, and now she's a kick-ass pirate. And it's so much fun to play her. First of all, for me, I do mostly children's animation, so to get in a booth and say fuck and shit is super fun. And I love playing like the bad girl and the girl that really doesn't give a crap about anybody. And it's not really like me. I'm definitely a bit more of an empath than Coral, but she's always ready to go into adventure. She's one of the main characters of the show. She's the sister of Patrick, who's the lead guy, and we have a tremendous amount of fun. And I get to have a lot of therapy when I'm in the room with her and just scream and get all my frustrations out. She's an amazing character.
Is there any specific line you remember that you're like, well, I've never said that before?
Oh, probably every line is, something I haven't said before. I mean, the closest for me would be Drawn Together, where I got to really get dirty and say some crazy shit.
Yeah.
So this is like, and it's been a while, so it's nice to get back in the swear saddle.
Very much. Alanna, how about you?
I play the Queen in various other roles, and the Queen is horny and obsessed with youthfulness, and she will go to any extreme length to preserve her youth, whether it's like windsurfing or a singing career. And she's very horny and cheats on her husband. In fact, they have this sort of open relationship, and each of them thinks that the other one doesn't know about all of their extramarital affairs. She is a royal nightmare, and I'm so proud to play her. And I'm nothing like her, unfortunately.
Well, they all seem to have their own way. So I guess the question is, are any of you going to look at Fisher Price Little People the same way again after this show?
I have a 2.5-year-old, and it's I love chuckling to myself every time I watch him play with his little peg characters. But yes, that's the first thing that's the first thing that attracted me to this. When I received the audition via email, because that's what voiceover actors do now. We record everything on voice memo and then send it. And then email it over to our reps, and then they send it over to the production office. But this particular one, every once in a while, they'll send you the actual animated character along with the dialogue. And when I saw this at first, I thought, wow, that sort of reminds me of the play school peg characters I played when I was a little girl, the ones that my mom and dad would buy me at Save On as like a gift for actually, accompanying them to go and run errands. So that was very exciting to me. But when I booked the role, I said, is this the actual peg character that I would play with when I was a little girl? They were like, that's exactly what we're doing. And I said, well, how the hell are they going to have props and hold things? He said, well, just you wait.
Now, Tara, you of course mentioned that you do a lot of other voice work too, and everything from Unikitty to Raven and things like that, Harley Quinn. So I guess if a little kid comes to you at a con coming up and is like, what's crossing swords? How are you going to explain it to him in a child-friendly manner to be like, well, this is this, but also you can't watch it? Like, how would you explain it?
I think I'll be like, just watch this show, okay, little girl? Don't watch the other show.
God.
Let your mom watch Crossing Swords.
Ask your mommy and daddy, yeah.
The
It's
kids
funny
are
'cause-
probably finding it first, though. Let's be honest. The kids are finding the filthier stuff first nowadays. I
Well,
feel like.
and they're already
Right.
talking about it. Like when I post some of the clips, they're like, Tara's strong. I've never heard you swear.
Whoa. Very cool.
Well, then they really haven't watched Drawn Together, because that whole
Right.
show is based on what can we get away with and what shouldn't we get away with at the same time. So
Yes, that's true.
I guess the last thing, I guess, is when you guys first got this script, do you remember the specific line where you're like, I'm in? Like, was there a specific line, or was there a specific moment about the character you're like, I'm in?
Have you ever fucked on an 1,800-pound chandelier hastily bolted to the top of a net? I was in. I was in.
That one's gonna follow you around. That's your box of chocolates / Dance with the Devil in the Pale Moonlight, I guess, right?
Copy that. Copy.
Mine was probably fuck Hood, Robin Hood. That guy stole my style. So anybody who this guy to me, like I think like any good character comes from people I know. There's a guy named Jesse Mose and a guy named Kenya Tillman that I grew up with, and these guys are like the likable tools that just see through a different set of goggles and don't know how shallow and awful they truly are. But so it's kind of like endearing, and that's who Ruben is to me. But to think that Robin Hood jacked his shit was like just so honest and real, and like, you know, again, knowing people exactly like that are just like, that guy's wearing the same shirt as me. Dude, I thought I was the fucking only guy who wore that shirt. Like, he's got this, you know, likable aggro-ness that I really dig.
We have a
Eric,
funny
that's
little
5
competition
minutes.
going on.
Yeah, we
have a
do.
funny
Oh, yeah?
little- it's funny, like we're both competing to die in an episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, you have to die, but be known for it at the same time, right? It's all
Totally.
about the celebrity.
Of
death,
course.
Yeah. All right. Well, we thank you very much for talking to us and having
Thanks,
a little fun
Derek.
with us. We'll
Thank
talk to you
you.
guys soon. Hopefully, we'll catch you at a Comic-Con in person in the future. Who knows how that'll happen, when that'll
Yes.
happen. But until that time, you have a great day. Thank you.
Oh yeah, dude.
Take
Wash your
care.
hands, wash your butt, man. Don't go to the casinos.
Don't tell me what to do.
Just go to Denny's, dude, and roll the dice there.
What do you mean? He's wearing a night outfit. He can go anywhere.
You can go
Right.
anywhere.
You're right.
I'm already sweating. I'm sweating this already. I
Exactly.
can't do anything.
Oh
Okay,
my
bye.
God.
Thank you, Derek.